Up at Saddlestone now, and very large tank. Okay, so you can see an old lorry chassis there that's been abandoned, and I dare say that was once used for bringing the slate down the mountain in the last eras of the mining around here for slate. Give you a quick view over the valley there. So as a few of you will know that are into mine exploring, there's a heck of a lot of mines over here, lots of copper mines, slate mines, the odd lead mine knocking about. But we're continuing up there for now. I'll pick you up once we get to the old levels, the old abandoned levels there. So we're just approaching Saddlestone now, and there's a beautiful wall on the side. We'll get there, I'll take you a shot of that, and I'll show you an old image of a horse and cart going up that old miner's track. So we've come up a little bit higher now, and we've got the remains of the aerial roadway, the cable. That goes all the way up to the Old Man quarries. So just here is where the photograph's going to come from, of the old minecart with the horse pulling it up this steep miner's track. And we're going to head up to this building just here and give you a look around of what's left of the Saddlestone level. Just at the base of the fairly well preserved old mining track. Imagine dragging a cart down this lot. Up at Saddlestone now, and let's have a look at what remains. So we've got lots of track still here, and the stone has been brought down. See the cables, the twin cables are up from the Mosshead quarries, it's beyond Cop, down to here. So we have a nice winch just left outside here. It's going to take some time to rot away, and then let's take a look. Got some gearing system there and possibly a braking system for the winches. Right, from that spigot there that's sticking up, I'm guessing there was a turntable here. Yeah, for sure. We can see the angled rails there on both sides. There was definitely a turntable here. And in the latter days, it all went down to the bottom there via the aerial roadway. Just give you a view over there to Blue Quarry. That's one we're going to revisit in the future. Right, we've got an interesting bit of stone there that's been drilled to split. And that's possibly a capped off water reservoir. Right. So here we're in the main building up at Saddlestone, and there's still a few artefacts remain. Lots of woodwork. Look at the dates, 1690 to 1960. So this was useful for a heck of a long time. Some plates there with small pieces of rail on them. So this would have been a electric motor, I would believe. Branley Engineering, Leeds, and we have a serial number there, so that should be searchable. Right. So this possibly could have been one of the frames that they were bringing the slate down on. It's got 4 hooks, 4 eyelets for hooking on. Looking back down on the track that we've been on, and today there's some sort of film shoot going on down there. I think it's some sort of fashion shoot, because they're definitely not dressed for fell walking, that's for sure. Just take a look around this old area at the back to see if there's anything, any artifacts or anything of interest. So a big spiral tip. Oh right. So at some point today we're going to be dropping down to the powerhouse there, and I'll explain more about that when we get down there. There's quite a lot of stuff still left in there, and it's quite interesting. You can see how it functioned. Over here on the right we have the old riffing sheds, and this is where the people employed to split the slate into usable tiles that you now see on roofs. That's where this process happened. Sure, I seen a turntable round here last time I was up here. I know it's had one over there, you can see.
Oh, it's had a turntable for the rail tracks, hasn't it? For 4-way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I knew I'd seen one up here once when I came. So in this back corner I just showed you that spigot earlier. And that's it, that's the turntable. It lives just over the other side of this, or it did once live there. So it was a very silvery grey slate that they was getting in this area, and the workings a bit lower down were known as white slate mines. So it must have been such a light silvery colour. Yeah, so there, just by the other side of the winch, is where that turntable would have been. It's quite good that they've been up now and put plaques on everything, haven't they, to tell you what the levels are and the dates.
Last 10 years.
Yeah, they weren't there the first time we came up, was they?
I remember when I came up on my own years ago. About 2000.
So continuing up here now, and there is another level that's interesting, a little bit higher up. I think it's called Fisher Bank. We'll give you a look around that before we head off to the Old Man. So we just arrived at this next level to take a look around. And we haven't had it. So we want to pop our heads in that in a little while. So as you can see there, a little bit later this one, 1740 to 1950. And we can just see up there on the plateau one of the fallen pylons, and that's where we head off for the give you a slightly better view of the pylon from the aerial roadway. You can see, just make out the cables as well and the direction that they're heading up to. Up at the first adit that we can explore. Doesn't go very far, this one, maybe 100 foot, maybe a little bit more. And then there is a collapse at some point, which you can kind of scramble through a lot of it. And we'll hopefully get you some good footage of that today, because I don't think I've ever recorded being in here before. So I'll pick it up when we get through this scrambly bit.
Bit of a video short up way,
Yeah.
Let me go in front or back.
No, you can. Hang on, now I'll go in front and get a proper clear view of it. We've got over the scrambly bit. You see some nice, what they call mat spedding perching. Got a bit of water pipe or compressed air pipe there, and metal, so they're bringing big stuff out of here, metal sleepers. looks like the tent. Oh no, the tent is still in. So believe it or not, in lockdown, someone camped in here. That tent's been here for about 3 or 4 years now. And this is the collapsy bit. You can get through. Goes through into a chamber, yeah. So we'll. Yeah, we'll pick that footage up just after we get past that scramble.
Yeah.
Right, past that scramble and up into the chamber. So this obviously would have gone much further at one point. It's now all choked off with rockfall. Right, it kind of looks like a lot of loose stuff is washed down from up there. Yeah. But it doesn't go any more than this. Got some timbers over there. I don't know if they're actually functioning as stemples. So I shall get myself back down that scrambly bit. You've got some of the old cabling off the aerial roadway in here as well. Oh, hang on, Paul. Oh no, sorry. No, you're confusing me then. We're going up there. I thought that's where we'd been. That's the direction we came through. Nothing up there.
No, it's pretty high up, but it's all collapsed.
Yeah. Yeah, so as you've seen a lot of slate mans, they were following the angle of the slate. And basically the same angle that the hillside goes up. Right. Let's get back through there, get back out, get to the next one. Paul there now making his way through. Let's get back out. Let's continue now higher up and let's get across towards the fallen pylon that leads us towards the Old Man quarries. Right, there is a small level just up here, but I know from previous explore really doesn't go very far. 50 foot if that. So let's continue up and get towards those spoil heaps at the top there. So all we've got here, this one's in not too bad condition compared to the one above, one of the aerial ropeways. Got some of the cabling there, and also the secondary cable that was needed to operate it. And as you can see, that's where it was heading down to, Saddlebank, Saddlestone. And then further down into the valley floor. We'll take a look around here too. So rather a large cavern just down there. And an even bigger cavern on this side of it. So you can see there's been some rather heavy rockfall here. Go over onto the walkway. Don't think I've explored to the back of this yet, which is why I'm doing this today. Yeah, it's quite a big chamber, this. Probably comparable to the ones higher up. And that's the end of it. That's it to the very end of the last face. See, nice shot all there. Right, let's get out of this one. Continue up to the main reason we've come here is to recreate the day we first ever got into mine exploring. Yeah, so we've passed this many times, but I don't recall exploring it that well. Again, they put a date plaque for us here, 1690 to 1960. And I believe this one is called Smithy Bank. On the way down, we're going to have a look at the powerhouse, and we're just gone over the low bank workings, 1795 to 1960. So some of the very last workings out here. And the powerhouse, I've seen that before, but it's got some really nice remains in there. So as you go in the door, you've got the smithy, and then you go into where the power was produced. So can you see that pipe coming down the hillside there? That would have come from above. Don't know whether it was from low water or lever water, possibly low water, and it fed a little Pelton wheel. So as you can see, just out there in the grass is another one of those aerial roadway sleds. And this one, I still got its wheels on, so you can see the other. Well, it's different design, isn't it, from the ones at the top? Yeah. But you can see the hooking mechanism there on both sides. So this is the powerhouse that provided electricity. It provided compressed air, and just through that area there, that was the old smithy. It all ran on water power. Got a few remains of a turntable there, some bits from the aerial roadway. Interesting container. And some brackets. So very large tank, and we've got a nice pillar drill. Now there's one of these still in use at a mine up over Timothywaite on Betsy Crag. There's a little bit of a quarry up there and they're producing stuff. It's got exactly. So you can see the pulley at the bottom. That's where the dry belt would have attached, and it would go up to a similar pulley at the top here, but in reverse, and it was a way of gearing. So it's very similar, apart from it not being cone shaped, to a constant velocity transmission. And then the drive would have come in here via this pinion, which transferred it 390 degrees. And you've got an adjustment there to raise the drilling bed up. See the ratchet system on the side there. And you've also got an adjustment for the drill itself. So any manufacturer's marks on it, British made, 24. No, doesn't seem to be any manufacturing marks on it. So next to that we have the compressor. That again, belt driven. We have a motor, electric motor here, or a dynamo to be honest, not a motor. So it's a generator to generate electricity. And it all ran off this Pelton wheel. So the water would come through into the centre there and drop onto that and spin. The spinning then would produce all the power. That was enough to drive a generator. We have another belt coming off this to drive the compressor. And then a way of taking a belt off that to the drill. There was also down at the Bonser levels down the hill there was another compressor that fed air up here, because that compressor was just about adequate, and then that air was sent up the hill to the quarries above. So at the back of the building we can see the entrance point for the parkwork, which ran all the way up the hill there. I'm guessing it was low water that was feeding it.